Script title: I asked cardiologists what not to do after waking up. Here's what they said. Script: 80% of us grab our phones and down a cup of coffee within 15 minutes of waking up. But when I sat down with 3 top cardiologists last week, they told me that this exact normal morning routine is secretly sending our blood pressure through the roof and putting massive stress on our hearts. I am going to walk you through the exact morning mistakes that cardiologists told me to avoid, and I will give you the actual morning blueprint that these heart doctors use themselves. Stick around, because the one harmless habit that we all do to wake up is actually spiking your stress hormones by 40%, and you are probably going to do it tomorrow morning. Welcome back to the 30-Day Health. If you happen to be new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because what you are about to hear is going to completely blow your mind. We often tend to treat our bodies like machines that just need an on switch. We wake up feeling groggy, operate completely on autopilot, and rely on artificial energy like caffeine and stress like rushing out the door, just to get ourselves moving. The problem with this is that biologically speaking, your heart and your blood vessels are at their absolute most vulnerable state right after you wake up in the morning. Your blood is literally thicker, and your blood pressure is naturally surging. There is a biological process called the Cortisol Awakening Response that naturally increases your cortisol levels by anywhere from 38 to 75% in the first 45 minutes of waking up. When you stack bad morning habits on top of this already fragile state, you are not just ruining your morning mood. You are putting your entire cardiovascular system into a fight-or-flight mode before 8 o'clock in the morning. The very first habit you have to break is hitting the snooze button. I know exactly how good those extra 9 minutes of sleep feel, but hitting snooze completely confuses your brain and forces your heart through violent sleep and wake cycles. When you fall back asleep after the alarm goes off, your brain tries to enter a deep sleep cycle. But then, the alarm jolts you awake all over again just a few short minutes later. This fragmented sleep triggers a massive cortisol and adrenaline dump into your system. Every single time that alarm jolts you awake, your heart rate spikes in an unnatural way. Think of your heart like a car engine. Hitting the snooze button is exactly like turning the engine on, revving it as hard as you possibly can, shutting it off, and then doing it all over again just 5 minutes later. A really common mistake people make is setting 5 different alarms spaced 10 minutes apart, thinking that it eases them into the day. It definitely does not. It just puts your heart through a stressful test before you even manage to get out of bed. Put your phone or your alarm clock across the room so that you physically have to stand up to turn it off. Once you are finally up, you probably head straight for the coffee maker. Never pour caffeine into a dehydrated body. You lose about a liter of water overnight just through breathing and sweating. That dehydration makes your blood thicker, almost like a syrup, which forces your heart to pump much harder just to circulate it throughout your body. Caffeine is a vasoconstrictor. That simply means it narrows your blood vessels. So if you drink coffee first thing in the morning, you are making your heart work even harder to push thick, dehydrated blood through narrowed and tight blood vessels. Chug 16 to 20 ounces of room temperature water immediately upon waking up. Do not drink ice-cold water, because doing that can actually shock your vagus nerve. Stick to room temperature. I talked to a patient recently who thought they had terrible morning anxiety, but they actually just had a racing heart from waking up dehydrated and immediately downing a double shot of espresso. But if you think coffee is bad for your morning heart rate, wait until you hear what your morning shower is doing to your heart. We will get to that in just a minute, and it honestly completely freaked me out. Before you even make it to the kitchen for that water, we need to talk about how you get out of bed. Do not go from a horizontal position to a vertical position in just 1 second. When you sleep, your body is flat. When you stand up super fast, gravity instantly pulls your blood down into your legs. This causes a sudden drop in your blood pressure known as orthostatic hypotension. As a result, your heart has to panic and pump furiously to get that blood back up to your brain. Have you ever stood up too fast and seen stars, or felt dizzy? That is your heart struggling to fight gravity. The fix is incredibly simple. Sit on the edge of the bed for at least 30 seconds. Take 3 deep breaths, let your blood pressure stabilize, and then you can stand up. Leaping out of bed because you are running late is a terrible way to start your day. If you are already guilty of hitting snooze and chugging coffee today, hit that like button so I know that I am not alone, and subscribe to the channel so we can fix this together. While you are sitting on the edge of the bed, keep your hands off your phone. Keep the outside world out of your brain for the first 30 minutes that you are awake. Do not check your email, do not look at the news, and do not scroll through social media. Reading stressful information the second you open your eyes triggers the amygdala in your brain, causing an instant spike in your cortisol levels and your heart rate. You are chemically inducing stress before your body is even fully awake. Leave your phone on airplane mode until you have brushed your teeth, had your water, and moved around a bit. Seeing an angry email from your boss at 6:30 in the morning sets a baseline of high blood pressure for your entire day. The biggest mistake people make here is using their phone as their alarm clock, which makes it absolutely impossible to avoid seeing all those notifications staring back at you. Now, about that shower I warned you about. Extreme heat right after waking up puts sudden vascular strain on your body. Do not take a scalding hot shower right away. Hot water dilates your blood vessels rapidly. That means they open up wide. When this happens, blood rushes to your skin, which drops your core blood pressure. Your heart then has to beat significantly faster to compensate for that drop. Take a warm, not aggressively hot, shower. Or better yet, wait until your body has been moving for 20 minutes before you hop into the shower. People with mild heart issues often feel dizzy, lightheaded, or even faint in hot morning showers for this exact reason. We all love using a boiling hot shower to thaw out in the winter, but cranking the heat to the max is putting your heart under intense pressure. We are about to get to the